little bunch of nuts and bolts-aholics, yeah, you old mad people, yeah. They think we're crazy. Now you're gonna get yourself a cup of tea or your can of Stella. You're either going to be completely turned off by this video and be sick and tired of nuts and bolts, or I'm going to make you a convert. I'm going to convert you into the love of nuts and bolts. You're going to be a nuts and bolts-aholic. So anyway, Rob from Weekend Shedhead, he picked up the book, didn't he? And there was some names that was on the heads, and this bloke there was putting them in the thing, and right, so I thought, right, okay. So if I find that, I'm going to try and see if I've got them all. We're going to remind ourselves what we have got here. That'll be the first thing. And if you've got what I haven't got, I'll hate you forever. Don't be sending me pictures of stuff that you've got that I haven't got, because I'll hate you forever. Yeah, and if you send me your address, I'll send you hate mail every day. Yeah, I'll sneak up in look through your window and take a picture, because if you've got more nuts and bolts than me, then you must, I'm going to take a picture of you naked and put you on the internet, and you must have a smaller tinky winky than me. Yeah, so come on, I think this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be fun and really interesting. Wow, it's almost a college course all on its own, isn't it? So first of all, let's just remind ourselves what is here and what is in the stores first. Okay, that was my bad. I didn't bring my glasses. Now we're only looking at the heads and how they're driven. So they're just standard spanners, except they call that, so they call that a shoulder. That's right, I call it a shoulder. That's a coach bolt head. I think we'll have a look later on, but I think that's what they call a Philister head, but that's an Allen key drive Philister head thing. Okay, we know about nylock, don't we? And this is the saw, but the washer is already fixed on it, so I don't know if there's a different name for that. These, I like these because you don't need a washer because they're already spread out, aren't they? Yeah. Where are we far? Let's finger right. Stay there. Yeah. Now, I think that's in the book. I think they call that a button head, and that's, there's a Phillips and there's a Posi drive, isn't there? There's two sorts of these. There's the metric one, shall we say, but there is a Japanese. There are two sorts of Phillips. There is a certain Japanese one that fits the Japanese ones, so there is a difference slightly. When are we? Right, just ordinary heads. Again, there must be a name for that. Coach bolts, but I call these coach bolts, but they've got the square underneath, but we have got some without the square underneath. So I wonder if there's a different other name. These are countersunk with the Allen drive in it, because it's not only the heads that we're driving, it's the type, you know, Phillips or Allen key or Trox, or we'll come across them, won't we, as we go along now. That's a coach bolt, a lag bolt, isn't it? With a square on it. Oh no, that's a coach as well, see? Let's just sink our way down nice and slowly. Some thread all the way to the top, some with a, what do they call that bit? Right. Oh, tech screws galore. I think tech screws is going to be another film. Now see, this is a slightly different head. It's not like a standard bolt head. It's a different head. There must be a name for that, mustn't there? Yeah. Obviously tech screws. We've got plenty of tech screws. Now, do you see this gap here? This might not be the right expression, but I think that's in the thing as well. This has something to do with it. Something where there's a screw and a difference, and another bit of screw here. There's a specific name for that. Yeah. Same here, look. Yeah, this gap is called something. We just call them tech screw. I just call them a tech screw that goes into wood and a tech screw that goes into metal. That's all I do. Hold on, let's keep going down, see what we find. Allen heads, yeah, Allen head one. Oh yeah, these are these little security, little Allen heads with a pin. That's a security one, that is. Even the nuts, there's a standard nut. There's a nut with there'll be a name for that one. These are nylocks. I was going to show you this. What are these? Is that a specific fitting, or is that just not been finished? I haven't found a driver for that yet. What are them? What are they? Yeah, anti-loose pin. Yeah. So these are what we've on a little ordinary. What are they? Button heads? No. We'll find out the name for them as well. And there's just a standard wood screw, I call that. But there are. Is that a button head there? We know these are T-bolts, aren't they? These go into a bed on a machine. You slide them along the slide and lock them in. T-head bolts, right. That's that one. Let's turn around to here and start again. Again, ordinary bolts sort of thing. Now these, one of them's called a double countersink, and I can't figure out where the double countersink is. It's in that book, it's called a double countersink. We'll be looking at that. We'll be pulling out the iPad and we'll be discussing that. See, some of these have a thread all the way to the top coach bolt and one with a shoulder on them. Yeah, let's keep going. There is a name for that. I have seen that, because it's not countersunk, is it? Well, it's driven by a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. There's a different name for that. What the hell is that? How would you describe that? This tip must have a description, and this thread and this gap here must have a description, and there's a slight shoulder on there, isn't there? And it's a different size up here. I don't even know where would you use that? I just buy them. I'm a buyer and a collector, aren't I? Yeah. Lock washing? No, a spring. No, it's not a spring washer. It's a lock washer, isn't it? Is that what that is? And this, how would you explain again? How would you explain it? This tip here means something. It comes out a little bit of a shoulder there. Look, and a head. Now I know some of you people might work in a place and you couldn't really do that in work. But if you are a nuts and bolts expert, connoisseur, sells them or whatever, and you want to just come and have a chat with us about each one, and you know way more than I do. That's a stud, but it's a stud with is that a truck's head or what's the drive on that? It's the other way down, truck's head thing, isn't it? It's a stud, because I'd say that screws in a different way to that one, possibly. Let's keep going down. We've got a T-Rox head in there, haven't we? Yeah, with a countersink. Another one of those little things. Look, must be a name, must be a correct way of explaining it. Oh, that's a funny one. That head, see, that head, Allen K driven, isn't the same as that head, is it? So if that's a button one, I guess, a button security trucks drive, what would you call that then? You'd have a different name for that, wouldn't you? Allen key driven, but a dome head, what would that be? I'd guess, I don't know. And you see, some of these heads don't have the cross and some of them do. So there must be some sort of a name and a word for that. And you see, look, this is not quite a coach bolt, because the coach bolt's got the square underneath, isn't it? This is not quite a coach bolt. There's a few of them. There must be a a different name for that, and this head must have a certain description to it, you know. We've got another locking one there, a couple of screws, nothing particularly. What's that? Yeah, that's a coach. It's a coach bolt because it's got the square at the bottom. Look, it's like a star drive. Is it a Trox or a star? Is that slightly different to a Trox? That's not quite a Trox, is it? It's almost, you could call it a star drive one, whatever that is. Oh, an Allen key, a little Allen key one, another little Allen key one, little brass. What's that? A wood screw with a button head. You see. So another security type one, Allen key head one. What have we got down here? Yeah, washers. Those. What's in here? Oh, now that must be different, because that's a mixture of a Phillips and a flathead. We'll try and find the name for that, shall we? Brass, yeah. So anyway, that's what we've got in the stores here. If they're on here, there's although we were proved wrong the other day, there should be, if you wanted that, there should be A7, which is A, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should be there because it says A7 on it. Anyway, that's this lot here. Let's go and see what else we can find. You'll remember we did this, so we won't need to go to the back because this is what represents in the back. Oh, let's remind me to step off the stool when I go backwards. So what do we got here? Yeah, standard. What would you call that? Is that? Oh, that's a slightly different looking thread on that, isn't there? That looked like a standard thread, but this here looks somehow different, almost like a quick thread or something on that one. Yeah, stud there, right. Come down bit by bit. What would you call that? You'd tie it with a wire, wouldn't you? This is that made just so you can tie it off almost like a competition bolt, as you might say. This one here, look, slightly different. Let's work our way along, see if we can see something. See, same as a coach bolt, but no square in the bottom. Yeah, and that isn't a washer, that's all fixed on it, so there must be a different way to describe that as a head than this as a head. Again, we've got an Allen key driven one there. This is, what would you call that, stud? But it's driven in the middle down by an Allen key. Do you see that? See it, can't you? Put your Allen key in there and drive it. There must be a name for that. Allen key. This, what's that? Oh yeah, we see that, don't we? A drywall plug or something it's called, that one, isn't it? Yeah. Again, do you see? There's a thread here, drills its own hole. It's a tech screw and drills it. There's a gap here and there's that there. That's describing something. There's a name for that. And how the hell would you, again, look, it's not only a bolt, but it's got this shoulder here, it's got that sort of a head on it, which has got this coming out the end. I don't know where I've got them from. I just see them and buy them. Automatic. There's no question about it. Look at this thing. Little black plastic with a little that little plastic one that is. Again, a button head. Trox driven. She's different to that star driven thing, isn't it? would that be a name for that? We'll try and discover that. This, I think, we've seen them on containers, haven't we? I think that, does that snap off? I'm not sure. You see, how would you explain that? There's a proper name for that there somewhere, isn't there? Again, and again, slightly odd ones. Anything, if I see anything different, I'll always pick it up. Just basically to put it in the collection. Just something, never say no. I never say no to nothing. Yeah, that's, you see, the spring washer and the washer, we know about that, don't we? Funny sort of wedge washer thing. What's that? Yeah. So these are the heads that we've now reminded ourselves about what we've got when we've got to you see, we've got to find them. It's a different drive there, look. When we've got to find them for the challenge, there isn't a challenge, what's that? Floorboard nails, I think. Was I told about them? I think, so that when you sit on them, they disappear completely or something. Or seat nails, were they? What were they? Yeah, so that's the end of that one. We're nearly at the point of we've got a couple more to check out, and then we'll look at the list, the weekend Rob's weekend shed head list. We'll put it on the big telly and we'll go each one. Thought we might just have a look if there's anything special here. I wasn't thinking of anything particularly special, but what is that if you had to describe it to someone? A drill front. It's some sort of tech screw, isn't it? Yeah. We know that. That's for a fuel. There is part of another connection on that. If I find one, I'll show you. Tech screws, rivets. There's nothing in this one. Oh, that's a scroll pin. Because do you see, it's like a scroll of paper. It's a scroll pin that goes in a slightly smaller hole, and it's you can squeeze it so it ropes up a scroll pin. Yeah. What else we got? Where else can we see? There's one particular thing that I'm trying to look for. Oh yeah, these are off the fences. You know, the steel fences, you pull that through and this head snaps off and it makes you a secure. That's a security one, that is. Don't know what that is. Again, one of them funny little things. It's funny, look. Out here on the top it perishes, but in there with the WD-40 they're all as good as new inside. Obviously that's where the outside's not good. They need to be in a glass jar or a container with a lid on, not open. And you see a lot of them, you pick them all up, they're a nice new cardboard box. Somebody's been on the shelf for years and years. You open a cardboard box, they're as rusty as old Billy-O, aren't they? Yeah. See, that's a countersunk head, what? Or just a standard Phillips head on that one. This, how would you go about describing that? The trouble is now, we're going to have to learn these types of heads because of the internet, because of in the old days you'd just get a book and you'd flick through the book and you'd find the picture, wouldn't you? But now, with the demise of catalogues, with the demise of books, it's a little tiny thing. Look at that drive, hold on. How is that driven? Let's have a look. How is that driven? Let's have a look at one of them. What's that? Look, that's a tiny, tiny... Is it an Allen key? Hold on, let's see if we can get really into it. It's a tiny Trox. Yeah, there's a little tiny Trox one that in. Yeah, little stuff. Like I say, if I haven't seen it before, it's got to come home with me. It's the law. See, even the nuts with the grip on them, these gripping nuts, aren't they? There'll be a description for that. Even look at this one now, look. It's not a wheel nut, but the washer is well good and connected. Let's have a proper look at that. There'll be a name for that one. There'll be a proper way of describing that. Yeah, some sort of a locking device, but it's not an eye lock. It ain't got that coloured rim on it. You see these? How would you go about looking for or describing one of them? If you go on the internet, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Where's it come from? I do not know. What's it do? I do not know. But it simply had to come home with me. Same as that. It's a square end. No. Yeah, it's no, it's not square. But you see, that's how crazy I am about fixings. We're only looking at the heads now, aren't we? Here we are. Slightly smaller one, slightly bigger one. That would be again, Trox, do you call them, with a button head? Anyway, let's have a look at that. Right, so you haven't fallen asleep yet, have you? There's still a bit to do. There's, yeah, there. Little tiny ones. This these ones we haven't yet put one on top. I'll try to put one on there. This is what I was looking for, a castle nut. You see, when you put the split pin through the hole is in the bolt. Yeah, that's another type of head. Look, what's this? Because you're not countersunk, is it? Would that be called a flathead? What would that be? Driven by an Allen key. That. Yeah. There's a slight. That will mean something. It's not perfectly flat, and that'll mean there's like a little countersunk underneath. Look. It's not dead flat. Got them other little dead flat things somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, older ones. Let's have a look. There you go. Next. We've got a jar we haven't fixed yet. That's that. There's that head we looked at. Coach bolt, because it's got the little square underneath, look. Yeah. Now this is interesting. They must be a one-off for a particular job, I'd say. But how would you go to your nut and bolt supplier and say you want one of them? They can't be a standard thing, can they? What can they be? What are they? With a shoulder. That's this is the sort of stuff I like picking up. And it's stainless steel, that one, look. That's the sort of stuff that I keep. I love finding something completely different. Other than the ordinary standard stuff. Yeah. Nothing particularly on here, is there? Oh yeah, that's what I was telling you about, see. Some, with a driven. Though it's a piece of threaded bar, but it's driven on the end, look. Yeah, some sort of a stud that is, isn't it? Yeah. We're nearly done. Again, I think that's what my little bit that I've done so far, that this head, that's what they're calling a Philister head, driven by an Allen key, this one. But we'll do that. That's our next bit of this film, is actually looking at the list in the book that Rob did from Weekend Shedhead. And we'll go through it and we'll find each one. Well, I hope we find each one. There's one particular one in there that sort of had I've sort of had a look at, and even I don't think I've got it. No, that's serious, that is. Butterfly nut, we know about them, don't we? Yeah, there's nothing much else, is there? No. One more little drawer to search. So Rob's book mentions a particular type of security head, and it's on there. Look at this one, tiny little Allen key thread thing. If I've got any at all, I think I may have seen them, maybe. Little stud there, little stud there. But if I've got them, I haven't got many of them. Oh, there is a name for that. There's the nut as well for them. There's a name for that sort of head. I can't remember it in my head at the minute. We might have to come and find. There we are. Look, you see, that's the nut with that head, screws on, cap end, something end cap, something like that. And then there's that's the female end. This is the male end, sort of a thing. Yeah, we are in. Yeah, they're slightly, they're the same, aren't they? Some sort of valve head on that thing. What else have we got? Plenty of them in chrome, yeah. These flat ones, yeah. There'll be an exact description for that, won't there? Yeah. These nuts that got a grip on the end of them, we looked at them, didn't we? The countersunk. Again, down to little tiny ones, little BA things. Where? See, we see a lot of these, but they're not always Phillips heads. Some of them are Allen key heads, aren't they? Yeah. Button heads. Is that a button head? Same bit of an Allen key version. Little screws. If they're anywhere, they're in a pot like this somewhere. They're in a little drawer somewhere. I'm not sure if I've seen them. These are captive, same as captive ones, isn't it? You pull this into the back there. I like to think, but there must be loads out there that different types that I haven't got. There must be, mustn't there? But don't tell me there is. I'll hate you forever. Don't tell me I haven't got something. It's fascinating, isn't it? Isn't this just? Well, it is to me. And if you're still hanging on in there, it is to you as well, isn't it? Who knew? Who knew there was this many different variants and types? And that'll be a fancy name for that. A nut with an already lock washer on it. Some sort of locking nut. Oh, I want to show you some other sort of knocking nuts as well. They deform, don't they? They are already deformed. Look at that one. Yeah, the head on that. I don't know what the hell is that. Almost looks like it's been cut off, but there's quite a few of them. So that's meant to be like that. How would you describe that? Or how would you go and look for a supply of those? This is what you need to do, is to know how to describe them. What are they? And how to describe them. I'm not really sure what they are. Yeah, that's just self-tappers we've pulled out of everything. Another set of shiny better. And all the older type ones. The yellow off the Avengers, look. That was a gold Avenger. The colour of it, look. It was gold and yellow, weren't they? Dirty brown type thing. What's that? It's an itty bitty one. I've got something here. I see, look. That, the washer is fixed onto it. Comes with it. There again, look. So I'm guessing these screw into a plastic fitting. I'd say these are screws that screw into plastic. Looking at that thread there, of some sort, somehow. Yeah. What are they? See that one? Now that. What the hell is that? It's quite hard. Look, 8.8. It's a tough little nut. Tough little bolt that is for some particular job. And look there. It's actually made as one. Look. Wow. That's unusual. But if you had to go and buy a box of them, how would you describe that? If you had to go on the internet and go and buy one. Again, nothing else under there. What's that now? It is. Hold on. You thought you got away with it, hadn't you? That's why this light up there is so heavy. Lights everything up. What else have we got? We've got to have everything on that list, haven't we? I can't believe we haven't got everything that's on that list. We're going to have a look at that. Where is it? Come on. Little ends of cables. And of course they're all made out of slightly different material, aren't they? Yeah. All meant to do a slightly different job. Nothing in there. What's in there? No. Oh yeah. See? Little stubbies, long, thin. What's that? Yeah, we've seen them, haven't we? Yeah. But do you see that hasn't got, has it? It's not quite got the same underneath. More of them. More of these different coatings, different types. What we got? Come on. Is that? Oh, like an end of a cable thing, that, isn't it? Yep. I haven't seen yet what I'm trying to keep my eyes open for. Butterfly nuts, we know about them, don't we? And these things here, we've seen plenty of those. I wonder, on our clips, yeah, we know about our clips. Again, screws. Ooh, little tiny driven screws. What's that? Oh, even that one. Even smaller. I like to have everything. I like to, the stuff I don't walk past, lovely stainless steel shiny ones, look. Brass ones. There's, I pick up anything and everything that I can. Now and again, you know. And I'll tell you something that none of you will have unless you're in that sort of trade. And I'm quite pleased that I've got them. If I can remember where they are. Here. Look at these. Wow. Where are you going to get? If you are stuck. Hold on, let me open the jar. Let me open the jar, right. If you're stuck for one of these, where are you going to get? Where are you going to get one of them little grub screw? Little tiny little grub screw. Little screw. If you had to go and find one of them. The rescuing of a job, generally a pair of glasses. But they go on the aerials as well on the Goldwings. And I have got a whole jar of them. Yeah, wow. Those are them, you know, I like to, same as me taps and dies, I like to collect the impossible. And I'd like to submit that as I have got a collection of the impossible to collect, impossible to find. Years and years and years of this stuff. Even, what's in here, even big split pins. So anyway, let's have a look now then, and let's have a look at the list that was in the book. Let's start our mission. First of all, we've got to find Weekend Shed Head. So yeah, let's get Weekend Shed Head. Let's put, let's see what film it was. What film was it now? Yeah, this is on his, it was that vintage shop thing. Vintage store tour, yeah. So we're looking for the film, the vintage store tour, shed stuff, okay? Right, yeah.
I thought I'd get this because one day I'll need it. In the shed, sorted his screws. Oh, shed is, and you join me again in my shed. Happy bank holiday.
Let's run it forward. It was almost to the end there somewhere. Hold on, it was a bit further. Let's there we are. No, a bit more. We're at the point where we're at the book. So we found the book.
Les will throw his children out his shed and get on with.
So he's reading the book a bit further forward, little bit further forward, little bit. Was that it?
Called shed working.
Right.
There we go, shed working.
We've seen that, right? Yeah.
Bunny works from his shed. He is a freelance cow
Hold
whisperer.
on, just after this,
At
right?
least that's what he tells his wife. Bunny is unemployed.
Right.
What did I say? It was a really good one. That reminded me of somebody.
Right, we've got it.
Roland.
Put pause. That's not Roland, that's Reggie's, that should say. Anyway, come on. Put that on pause. Let's clear it. Right, so what does he say? Roland is separating his screws into flat head. So our first mission is to find flat head screws. Okay, let's do that. Flathead. So we've got, I'm not going to sort of bring you what I think is a flathead. Let's go see. What we're going to do is go and Google it, maybe Screwfix or Amazon or whatever, and we'll come up with a flathead, and then we'll go and find it, and that will be that dealt with, and then we'll move on to the next name and the next name and the next name. We put flathead screw, and that is a flathead screw, which is basically a GKN, a standard wood screw, flathead screw. So let's go find one of those, or several of those. Oh yeah, we got plenty of flathead screws, haven't we? Plenty of them. Little baby ones, some bit bigger. Yeah, that's a typical flathead screw, which is all like GKN stuff, you know. And we saw the book, didn't we? We've got the book, haven't we? So that is a flathead screw. So we know what that is, and we've got plenty of them. We're looking for flathead screws, yeah. So we've got plenty of flathead screws. So the first one, we've all got the same, haven't we? We've got loads of these. Yeah. I'm looking at all these whilst I'm looking at the shelves. We didn't really check all this lot out yet, but let's go. Let's concentrate on the list. Flathead screws, tick. Yeah. Where were we now? Over here. Weekend shed head, see him? Down there, weekend shed head, yeah. Vintage tool store and tool shed stuff, yeah. Click that. Here we are.
Sort of get this because one day I'll need it.
Hold on.
In the shed, sorted his screws.
Shorting me a screw, right, here we go. Run that virtually to the end. Slowly, slowly, don't pass by. Where was the list? There's the book. There, he was after that.
Called shed working.
Right, yeah, shed working.
Shed working. When I'm in my office, they've got a name for it now.
Oh, did we pass it?
It was a really good one.
Ah.
Oh, this reminded me of somebody.
Right, list.
Roland.
Roland Rat, no Reggie. Right, so we've done flathead. What do we need now is Phillips, right. We know what Phillips is and posi drive and all that, but anyway, let's get back onto the old iPad, and we got to find a Phillips. Okay. Well, here we are. We're back at the iPad. Do you see what I'm on about? Look, see how many oval that's called. This one's called a round. What's that called? There's a pan head, a truss head. Look. Philister head. Oh, we'll have to find that. It wasn't quite an Allen key one. Philister head. We'll find them as well, won't we? But anyway, we're concentrating on what are we doing now? No, we'll have to re-enter it. Okay, let's start from scratch. See? A flat head. A flange head, a binding head, a bulge head, a dome head, a raised head, a truss head, a combination head. Oh, we've seen, yeah, combination head, we've seen them. A pin head, a sentinel head. That's in there? That cross is in the way, a sentinel head. What is that? There we are. A Phillips head, yeah. An internal hex head, Allen key is an internal hex head. An external hex head is that. There's the posi drive, yeah. And quarter head, a slotted head. A square recess is another name for that. Isn't that like a Robinson or something? And apparently they use a lot of them in Australia. There's the trucks, T-Rocks, trucks. What do you call it? T-Rocks, trucks. We've got a star head. Yeah, we saw that, didn't we? A tri-wing head. Shh. Let's not look for what we're not looking for. Let's just do the next one. Hold on, we've got to go do the next one. We all know these Phillips drivers, don't we? And there was a Phillips head here somewhere. Hold on, they are, look. So we all know about the Phillips. And we've got loads of them. We've seen loads of them. So I wouldn't so much worry about them. Let's move on to the next one. Posi Drive. The next one, so we've done Flathead, we've done Phillips. Posi Drive. No, I thought Phillips and Posi Drive was the same. So let's go look for, whoops, focus. Let's go look for Posi Drive. Again, look, it's showing Posi Drives as Phillips Posi Drives. It must mean the difference between the really sharp ones and the not so sharp ones. Yeah. And, you know, we've got loads of those Posi Drives. They are less of a problem. They're not a problem. We can get loads of those in there. Let's go and have a quick look. The thing I can think of is the Phillips are more of a pointed end. And the Posis are more of a snub end, more of a blunt end. At the moment, I can't remember. Does it even say on that? I can't remember where. I've got some. There is a difference. There is a difference. I don't know where they are. I've got a set of special screwdrivers that you send off to China to get them, because the Chinese use a different Phillips Posi type drive than we do. Slight difference, and they're much better for gripping. But I can't remember where they are. But I think there's no shortage of Posi drive things here. Heads and all that sort of stuff. So that's not a problem, is it? No. Next. Phillips here. Countersunk. Right. Let's have a look what countersunk is. We pretty know what that is, don't we? But we'll have a look. Countersunk. As we thought, countersunk are simply these with the, you know, the V head on them. And we've got loads of them. We've seen those, haven't we? Countersunk isn't a problem. Yeah, we know what countersunk is. The head like that, don't we? And different types of drives. So that's not a problem. The next one was quite, look, double countersunk. What the hell is a double countersunk? Countersunk sounds like double countersunk, look. So when we push this here, it says here, what is a double countersunk screw? A single thread wood screw mainly used in various types of timber and man-made board or into masonry with the use of a plastic plug. So that's what double countersunk is. And again, we've seen plenty. We've got plenty of those, haven't we? Let's go and have a look, and let's go see if we've got any plugs. See this? See, that's a... This one, look. I looked at this one. This is that one with a gap in it, look. Double countersunk thread cutting screw. Yeah, so these are the ones that are that can go into plugs. So let's go. We've seen plenty of them. We'll go get loads of them, and we'll have a look at how many plugs we've got as well. So here's the box of plastic. I don't know why the light keeps coming on this phone, but here is my box of plugs, from quite big ones. Hold on, from quite big ones to quite small ones. So we're okay for plastic plugs. We've just got to find which ones they were. We've got a pretty good idea what they were. haven't we? So, where were they? Yeah, they're the same as a screw, but they're a lot more grippier, aren't they? Yeah, I'd say something like that. Look, that probably goes into a plug of some sort. Yeah, so we've got plenty. We've got plenty of those type things, haven't we? Yeah. What's the next one on the list? What is the next one on the list? Let's go and have a look. That's the one. Look, bulge. Bunglehead. We'll have a look at what that is. Let's go and find that. Bulge head. What was the spelling on that now? B-U-G-L-E. 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 There we are. Bulge head screws. What is a bulge head screw? Oh, it's a drywall screw. Drywall screw. Is it a... Ah, right. Let's read that. What is the difference between and a bulge? Yeah, right. Let's press that. What is the difference? The difference between a standard countersunk and a bulge head is that the bulge head has a sort of rimmed concave on the underside of its flat head. We've seen that, haven't we? Look, we've seen, didn't we? Didn't we see that? Yeah. We've got those, haven't we? Yeah, without a doubt we've got those. That's a self-drilling one. Yeah, we're getting to the one that I'm sweating on. Let's move on a little bit. They're not a problem, right? Let's move on to the next one. Next one is round head. Round head. We've got plenty of round head. Let's just check it out. Here we are, round head screws. Yeah, we got plenty of those round heads, haven't we? Round head screws, it ain't a problem. Round head screws. Yeah, we got plenty of round head screws. That's not an issue, round head screws, is there? No, we've got them. The next one is the one that's going to be the killer. Oh, let's get to it as quick as possible. This is the one that's the worry. Look. Now. Clutch head. Do you see that clutch head? Ooh! What is... Never even heard of the name. What is a clutch head screw? Oh, clutch head screws. They are a thing. They're a sort of a security screw that you sort of slip off. You can only tighten it by the looks of things. Look. What's clutch head? Can you see it? Let's enlarge that. Wow. I didn't even know they existed. A clutch head screw, like a one-way. Where this is my nemesis. This is my nemesis. Where am I going to find? And I don't really want to spend 14 quid to buy. How many? 100 or 1,000 or whatever it is. Clutch head screw. Oh, where? Let's just have a look. If they're anywhere They're in the YTBS pots, yet to be sorted pots. Let's go see if we can find our nemesis, this clutch head screw. So the only place that I can imagine we've got any chance of catching those is in the YTBS, yet to be sorted pots. They've got to be in here, haven't they? Come on, here's hoping. There's got to be, if they're anywhere. These haven't yet been sorted. Trouble is, I'm not full of stuff. There's nowhere to put them. It's not in that one, is it? No, right. Let's try another one. There's plenty to choose from. Really is plenty to choose from. Can we see a clutch head screw in here? Come on. I point blank refuse to be beaten. There's a good possibility. If it's anything, it's a little one. It's a little one somewhere. Come on, hold on. Well, this is impossible. Yeah. Can you see? It's not trick photography. I haven't doubled it and doubled it and doubled it. How can I have this many jars full of yet to be sorted? Really, what we're going to do? Get a bit closer. Let's get a bit closer. How can I have this many yet to be sorted jars and there isn't the screw that we're looking for here? This is serious. This is, oh, I'm over there, look. There, we've got to have them here somewhere. Don't tell me I haven't got them. If you tell me I haven't got them, I won't be able to sleep at night thinking that I haven't got them, knowing that I haven't got them. Oh, come on. Oh, I refuse to be beaten. Yeah, point blank, refuse to be beaten. I might have seen them once, maybe. And you know, if you go through the records, you've seen all of these. I usually get them in sacks full. I haven't had any for a while. Maybe I should ask for more. There's that Philister head here. Thought that was a Philister head. Anyway, come on, concentrate. Can you see them? Have you seen them? Oh, they've got to be here. Come on, my little beauties, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't make me go out and spend money and buy a whole load of them. Label there, that's no good, Let's turn it that way. Label there, let's try that. Turn that all the way around. Turn that one all the way around. Let's try again. Give that half a turn. Give that half a turn. Give that a whole big turn. Give that a whole big turn. Hold on, give that a whole big turn. Turn that around. Let's try again. Driving me crazy. They've got to be here. They've got to be here somewhere. Whoops. I'm not going to tip them out and search each individual. I know you want me to do it, but I'm not going to tip them out and search each individual one. For the moment, we're going to have to call that a fail. Not through the lack of trying, though, and not through the lack of collecting, was it? I told you this was going to be fun, didn't I? To leave you there, charge up the phone. I'm going to call this film 1, and we're going to continue in film 2. So, when you're looking for something here, you have to think like Reggie. You have to think like, well, if I would have found them, if I've got them, and I'm not saying I have got them, but if I got them, I would have put them separately, but maybe not enough space in a jar. So I'm wondering if they're in the mixed jar shelf. I'm wondering if they're hidden away in here somewhere. Ones that we haven't seen yet. Where are the ones we haven't seen? We haven't seen any blue ones yet, or any there. We've seen some of them before, haven't we? So here we are. There's a mixed one over there. They're over there. What's in here? What's this? Green, black ones. No. Right, okay. Let's pull them, right. Let's start again. Let's start the search. And it's lovely. It's nice to be searching, because when you're searching, in your subconscious mind, you're sort of remembering where everything is. Oh, I've seen them the other day. I was looking for something else and I spotted them. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, where the hell were they? I've seen them, but I don't know where they are. They were up here somewhere. Come on. My shelves are not going to let me down. Nope. Do you see how much space it takes to try and keep all this stuff mind-boggling in it? It's mind-boggling, boogling. Hold on. What's in there? I reckon. Yeah, they're less of a bolt, are they? I think it's definitely a screw type thing that we're looking for. Here we are, mixed. It's not that one. Not that there. It's not that there. See, these are quite... not them. Come on. Come on, I know you're here. And I know there's not a lot of you. But believe, come on. Let's... where was that one? Yeah, we've looked at that one. Let's just believe. Yeah. Let's believe. How can I have this much stuff and not have what I want? Come on. You've just got to do a bit more believing. What are them? Nope. They're in a stupid little pot like this. That's where they are. They're in a stupid little pot. Not them, is it? No. It's not them. What's in here? No. come on, come on, come on. They're in a little pot somewhere, hiding away. Oh, yeah. What's that? Phillips. Oh, well, that over there. Right, come on. They're in a little pot. They're in a little pot, hidden away somewhere. What are they? No, it's not them. That's them. Nope. Nope. No. They're back there now. In there now. We were searching through these the other day. You would have thought I might have remembered them. Yeah. What's these here? No. They're in a little hidey hole. They're hiding. Always the ones you want are the last ones you find. Yeah. No, no. Will they be in a tin? I don't think they'll be in a tin. Let's just check out those tins. I mean, we have got more YTBS up there, but I don't really want to dig them out. I think if it's in there, they're lost. That's come on. How do we check these out? What's in the back there? What's in the back there? No. Nope. Come on. It's little pot time. Little pot time. Yeah. That's not them, is it? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to say I'm beat. I say it with a heavy heart. You're not telling me I haven't got them. Well, it looks like I haven't got them. Oh dear me, dear me, I am beat. Yeah.